Welcome to Dutchman's Woodshack. I know. What's the train room got to do with Dutchman's Woodshack? A lot. There's a lot of wood in here. A lot of bracing up. A lot of interest stuff that I had to do to it. Anyway, wanted to show you my progress. I've been dyeing it. I did another coat up here on top to smooth it out a little bit, so that I could put this over here. Where I want it. The only problem is it's a little wet still, but that's where I want to go with it. What I did here is I have this spray stuff that I use. You can color, mix and match. This type of stuff. And what you do is you usually just, I'll add a little water into it and grow it, and basically change the color to where I want. Now, here, I did a little bit. Alright, so, but you gotta be careful you don't spray too much on this stuff because it makes it soft right here. For some reason, a little bit softer than I want, but that's just a foam board. And once this hardens a little bit more, and I've been adding a little bit. Down here it's pretty cold and moist. It's about 55 degrees. So anyway, then I've done this section. I've got a lot of it done as far as the actual structure itself. Now I'm just going around nitpicking stuff. Then the next section is this end piece. That piece of foam is coming off, and I'm gonna trim the rest of that mountain off a little bit, make it more smoother. Then eventually this wall and that wall over there will have there's some diagrams you can put on there that you buy that'll fit in there. I don't have to worry about painting or nothing. The rest of this I'm just going to leave the way it is, except for I'm going to paint the plywood. This the same way. I'm going to paint this eventually. So all the corners and everything, all this goobery stuff you see on there will be gone. You won't see any of that. So at this point, I'm just kind of working with it. Now, here comes the fun part. As I'm doing all this stuff, I'm also trying to figure out where I want my mountain scenes, what they want to look like. There's going to be some trees and some bushes up on top. I wanted to put another track up here, but there's not a lot of room. And I'd have to be tight. I don't want to do tight corners, so I don't know. I might try it still. But I need a hatch that's in the back, and that's drying. Eventually, I'm going to cut that hole a little bit, and it's just going to be a little groove there. You won't see it. I'm trying to cosmetically hide it, and so that when I get it in and out, I won't, to get the back behind where all the train is, I get above they clean everything, and then also if the train comes off a track. And there's some train straightening, track straightening I got to do. I've moved it around a little bit, plus it's all dirty. The ballast is going to go on here. That'll be interesting how I'm going to do that. So, anyway, I wanted to show you guys how far my progress has gotten. And I'm hoping this next couple of months that I'll have a lot of this. Now, I have a lot of the scenery put up and cosmetically work on it the way I want it. Now, there's supposed to be a pond in here. I'm going to make one. It is a hole where a lake is, but trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the resin, how I'm going to do the waterfall and all that. But I'll work on that next week or the week after. Anyway, it's work from the Dutchman's Woodshack. I'm not working on that. Now, I am out here doing something. as you can see, I was working on this. Now the idea with this is a design factor, and then I've got 3 rings I've drawn on it. And at one point, I think I'm going to take and use my burning techniques or my carving techniques and carve in between here after I groove this a little bit. But for now, I'm just working on it. This still has to be grooved out, and I just threw them on there just to see what it would look like, but I've measured it so I know how far I want it. Well, I'm going to sand this all down. After I get this down to where I want it in here, then I'm going to worry about the rest of it. And it's gotten, when I figure once I seal this, it's probably, the grain in here is probably look pretty awesome. Right now it's just rough. I haven't really sanded it. It was an easy piece of wood to turn. So anyway, that's Ambrosia.